My name is Gabby, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of books that I think need to be on your TBR this spooky season. In my opinion, spooky season starts whenever Starbucks releases the pumpkin chai and the apple crisp chai, which is August 22nd.
Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done.
These books I've compiled are mostly YA. I don't know why, but when it comes to spooky books, I prefer YA. YA books are nice because I'm not a huge person that likes romance. I like a good romance, but I don't need to hear what's going on kind of thing. I think you guys are really gonna like these. They're some of my favorite books of all time. Almost all of these have some sort of ghost element. When I think spooky, I'm not thinking like thriller, murder kind of thing. Maybe there's some murders going on, but it's more of like a spooky, ghost, paranormal kind of thing happening. This is gonna be very like ghost, paranormal kind of vibes. So let's get started. This is gonna be a standalone book. It's about 300 pages long. It's very, very short. I'm not trying to show you guys the cover yet. So if you are looking for something that you can read in a night or in a day, and when it's raining outside like it is right now, so sorry if you hear thunder, this is gonna be the book that you want. This book is called Famous Last Words by Katie Allender. This book I read in the 6th grade from my teacher's library. So it is YA, it's on the lower end. Who doesn't hate something that's a little bit easier to read vocabulary-wise when you're trying to read at night? Personally, I don't mind it. This is a really great book. It has a ghost plot, but it also has a murder plot going on. They kind of blend together, if that makes sense. I don't want to spoil anything. This is a really good book, and ever since I read it in 6th grade, I've been trying to find it because I want to read it again. It's so good. Willa is freaking out. Lately, it seems she's seeing things, like a dead body in her swimming pool, frantic scribbled messages on her walls, a reflection that is not her own. It's almost as if someone or something is trying to send her a message. Meanwhile, a killer is stalking Los Angeles, a killer who reenacts famous movie murder scenes with his victims, pretty teenage girls. Could Willa's strange visions have to do with these unsolved murders? And whom can she confide in? I wish I could read this for the first time because the ending is like, I don't think I've read a ghost book that has made me feel like for a ghost like this book has until I read these next ones. But let me tell you, this scratched an itch in 6th grade, and I've been trying to find something to scratch that itch since. I think this would be a great book to add to your TBR this spooky season, and I really hope you guys trust me on this one and try to read it. Like I said, it's very young adult, it's easy to read, easy to digest, but still a great plot, and I think it's a really great book to read. So the next books I'm gonna say are a series. This series I think is known, sometimes I find it in young adult sections, sometimes I find it in middle readers. Personally think it's more young adult because there is some explicit content, not in the terms of like sexual, but gore, I guess. And I specifically hunted for the special copies because I knew these were going to be displayed on my shelf because of how much I loved these books. This is the Jacoby series by William Ritter. It's so gorgeous from the side of that smoke. Jacoby. In this first book we meet our protagonist. Her name's Abigail Rook, which last book is named Rook. We meet our protagonist, Abigail Rook, and she has just traveled from America to Newfoundland, and she meets this detective, and his name is Jacoby. And he claims to be some sort of private investigator who is in need of assistance, and Abigail Rook is in need of work. So she decides to join him and find out that basically he has this supernatural ability to see things that aren't paranormal. So think about like if you had someone who could walk around and see ghosts. That's basically what he does. This book is not just ghosts, it's everything supernatural. It kind of is more, not fairy, I wouldn't say fairy, but it has those kind of elements in it. Another murder mystery is going on. They're trying to figure out who is killing these people in these very, very odd ways. I'm pretty sure one of them has like all of their blood just completely exsanguinated from their body. So it's like, this is not a normal crime. So obviously we know it's something supernatural. So they get Jacoby on the case, and he's with his new assistant, Abigail Rook, and they're working alongside a police detective named Charlie, and they're trying to figure out who is committing these murders. While Abigail is trying to keep up with Jacoby, since he can see the things she can't, but she's also really good at noticing details. So I love this book. It's so good. So good. Okay, this first book, I was kind of dragging my feet into like starting it because I was reading another really good book that's in the next video. But the second I like sat down and read this, I couldn't put it down. I stayed up all night, and then I immediately was searching for the next one. And then you can ask my family, when they came to visit me, I was like, no, we have to stop at the bookstore so I can pick up my order because I need the third book, because this is when I was on the third one. Anyways, so good. I'm gonna show you the other ones right now. I don't want to spoil what happens in the first one, but this is the second one, Beastly Bones. I really enjoyed this one because this isn't a spoiler, but in the first book you find out that Abigail's family is, or at least her dad is, an archaeologist, or he's also a paleontologist, archaeologist. He does all the digging basically, and he has this thought, like, because it's 1892, women can't be archaeologists. So in the first book she mentions that she does some sort of like Mulan kind of thing where she like dresses as a boy and goes on the dig, and she gets found out, all that kind of stuff. But in this book there is some sort of like giant beast found in the middle of a farm, and so she's kind of using that skill that she had, and her family had, from back when she was in America. And I think this book was really good in kind of demonstrating why she's really important to the team, because in the first book she does kind of feel a little bit of a liability, but I think that's just like any of us would be if we were in this situation. So I feel like this book did a really good job of like building her character and showing why she has purpose in the story. Ghostly Echoes, I really liked this one as well, because the first two, it kind of seems like Jacoby is like a know-all. He's not arrogant, but like he knows everything, and he knows it, if that makes sense. But in this book we meet a new ghost named Jenny, and she lives in the house and stuff, and her relationship with Jacoby builds his character. Like the way Beastly Bones is Abigail's book, Ghostly Echoes is Jacoby's book, and I really enjoyed the way that this built his character, because now I have like people I super duper care about within this story, and that's why I just couldn't put it down. This is the fourth book. This is The Dire King. This is gonna be the last one of like the main series, the main story. I bawled my eyes out at the end of this book. It has been so long since a book has made me actually tear up and cry, and it was this one. Literally cried twice. Like I cried and then I got over it, and then I cried again. What are they doing to me? I love the ending. It was so easy to picture the world that William Ritter's creating. Amazing. Like I was literally watching a movie in my head. Like I can picture it right now. One that I would claim is like a really long epilogue. It focuses on Abigail post everything in the main Jacoby series. Love this book because in the first book it's like, my family thinks women can't do anything, and in the second book we see how she's using her skills. Third book, fourth book, she's using her skills to like become something, and then in this book she's like made a name for herself, and she's like empowered. And I love this book. I love this series so much, and it makes me so upset that nobody has read these. People have, but nobody I've talked to. The Jacoby series by William Ritter. 100% go find these. Read these now, please. Murder, ghosts, come on. This next book is also a series. I only have the first book. I have not even read 2, 3, and 4 yet. Sorry guys. So I can't tell you anything about 2, 3, and 4. What I can tell you is that if you want this book to be a standalone, it can be. That's how good it is. The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. She is most known, I'm pretty sure, for Vanishing Stare or something. Or Truly Devious. I think that's her. I think this is some of her really early work. The plot is that Jack the Ripper is back in London. But our main character, her name's Rory, and she has just arrived from New Orleans because her family, or her parents, are like teachers of some sort, and so they get transferred to the school in outside of London. and so she has to go to this boarding school in London. So she's kind of like separate from her family, but so is everybody else there, because it's kind of like a college. The way London and like all of England does their school system is very different from America. College and university, they're two different things. Like where in America, they're kind of like the same thing. She's in the high school equivalent, and but just at like a boarding school. And so she's learning, she's meeting new people, she's making new friends. She's very awkward and like not shy, but she's just kind of awkward, and I feel like that makes it really easy to like connect with her. Rory seemed to be more human in the sense of like she's a high school girl, she doesn't always know what's going on, and like she speaks about it. She's like, what is going on right now? Because with what she's going through, very valid response. Similar in the way that Jacoby is the only one that can see like these supernatural things, Rory seems to be the only one who can see this Jack the Ripper killer. It leaves you wondering like the entire time, like why? Until it's obviously explained to you. But I loved this book. I loved the characters that like are thrown in, other than the ones you meet at the beginning. And I read this in like 2 nights and I could not put it down. It was so good. I really think that the way that this one ends, you don't need to read the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So I think wait for my review on those, but if you don't want to read those, this could be a standalone. I think this is a really good choice for someone who wants something spooky that isn't laying out the rules for you. Kind of like Jacoby is going to explain everything to you, what's going on, but this is more of like a mystery. We don't know what's going on. Rory doesn't know what's going on, that kind of thing. So this one is really good. I would definitely recommend this. It's also available on Libby. Last but not least, because this is my favorite series of all time, first 2 books are adapted into a Netflix series. So this is something you can read and then binge, and you're gonna love it because I love it and it's amazing. And they canceled the show and I'm so upset about it, and so is everybody online, because I think that the portrayals they did of these characters and I think the tweaks they made to the story were just phenomenal. This is the Lockwood & Co. series by Jonathan Stroud. It's split into 5 books. It's the same running characters for all of the books, but with a few additions, obviously, but different cases by book. So imagine that something crazy has occurred in London. We're gonna call it the problem. That's what they call it in the book. People are dying mysteriously, no one knows what's causing it, and it turns out only children and young teens are the only ones who can see, hear, possibly speak to, feel, like sense these beings that are killing these people. Ghosts are murdering people. Because children are the only ones that can like see and sense and hear these things, children have become the city's main defense. So there are these like detective agencies and just huge corporations that pop up that are basically run by children, with of course adult supervision, because they are the only ones that can like fight against this problem. We meet our main character, Lucy Carlisle. Love Lucy so much. And Lucy was on a botched job back home. She decides to go to London to try to find work because nowhere back home will hire her because the entire job got blamed on her. And she finds this small independent agency, and she meets George and Anthony. He goes by Lockwood, and George is kind of like the researcher. He's the smart kid of the group. Lockwood is obviously the leader of the group, but he's also the most like headstrong, and he's gonna dive into danger. But then we have Lucy. Lucy is a very talented listener, and you're gonna see as that progresses how important that is to the story and how she's like really good at what she does. The first case, you're trying to solve a murder, trying to help the ghost that's trapped receive justice and therefore set her free. In the second book, Lucy, I'm not gonna spoil. I can't like give much about that one because I don't want to spoil too much. The Hollow Boy, I don't want to spoil, but this one is so good about like building Lucy's character more, and it kind of builds her and Lockwood's relationship more. The Creeping Shadow does that as well, and I really like The Creeping Shadow, but for me, this one felt just more of like a bridge to the next one. Empty Grave is the best book in the series, and I know that sucks that it's the last one because you have to read all of them, but trust me, you will not regret reading all of them. Empty Grave has the most crazy plot twist and ending I've ever read in a book, and for this being a young adult series, I think that this should be required reading because of how much it's like. I completely recommend this series with all my heart. If you don't like this series after you read it, do not talk to me ever again. We cannot be friends. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know how you can think of the kind of things that happens in this book. And Jonathan Stroud, I'm one of your biggest fans because I love this series, and I'm so upset that the Netflix show was canceled because I love that show. I think I've watched it 7,000 times. In fact, I just finished rewatching it the other day. I don't know how much I can praise this book. It literally leaves me speechless. With that, I will leave you with the books that you have to read. Woo! This is required reading. I don't make the rules. Sorry. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, click here to see some of my other videos and click here to subscribe. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and the next one will be coming out hopefully very soon. I'm really enjoying making these videos because I just love talking about books that I like, and I really hope this helps you guys find some other books that you may be like, oh, I want to find something like this. Oh, that's that, you know? Because I have that issue all the time. Please like and subscribe. Love you guys. Peace. I'll see you with the next video.